Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? On a serious note today, you know how we as people of the prepared mind, we're supposed to have some emergency funds set aside, right? For an emergency. Well, I think we should touch on that subject today. I don't have to tell you that your money, my money, it doesn't go as far as it once did. You see it every time you go shopping. You pay a bill. Our leaders have flooded the system with money and pursued highly inflationary policies for years. And now we're all paying that price. The cost of living has been rising much faster than our incomes have, and this is systematically destroying the middle class. Survey after survey has shown that a solid majority of the population is living paycheck to paycheck. And at this point, most U.S. consumers are literally tapped out. In fact, one brand new survey just discovered that 57% of Americans cannot even afford to pay an emergency expense that costs $1,000. So 68% of people are worried that they wouldn't be able to cover their living expenses for just 1 month if they lost their primary source of income. And when push comes to shove, the majority, which is like 57% of U.S. adults, are currently unable to afford a $1,000 emergency expense. When broken down by generation, Gen Zers, 85%, and Millennials, 79%, are more likely to be worried about covering that emergency expense. Well, these numbers are quite ominous because they clearly demonstrate that we are completely and utterly unprepared for any sort of major economic turndown. And thanks to the rapidly rising cost of living, we are losing even more ground each passing month. Earnings are falling behind the cost of living for 72% of the middle income families. Okay. Nearly 3/4 or 72% of middle income families say that their earnings are falling behind the cost of living from 68%, which was just a year ago, according to a report that was based on a survey of households with incomes between $30,000 and $100,000. Now there's a similar share. 74% say that they are unable to save for their future, up from 66% just a year ago. Now we have not experienced anything like this in the United States in decades. Just go to any store, Walmart, Target, Winn-Dixie, Kroger, Publix, whatever. It's sticker shock. Some of these stores you're supposed to go to get great deals. The prices are certainly not low when you walk through the store. And go to McDonald's. You can buy a hash brown, one hash brown, for $3. So it's not just me that's seeing it, it's other people that is seeing it, okay? It's not a joke anymore. It's really not. I mean, I can remember when I was a kid even just a few years ago. Hash browns at McDonald's were 50 cents a piece because I remember Andrew loving those darn things, and I would get those for him. Sadly, those days will never, ever, ever come back. Never. Food prices are going to continue to go up. And it's going to come to a point where we're going to have to make some serious decisions. Serious decisions. You know, the CEO of Unilever, okay, recently admitted that his company has actually been accelerating the rate of price increases that we've had to put into the market, he said. For the last 18 months, we've seen extraordinary input cost pressure. It runs across derived products, agricultural derived products, energy, transport, logistics, he said. It's been feeding through for quite some time, and now we've been accelerating the rate of price increases that we've had to put into the market, he said. Well, to me, that doesn't sound very good at all. And he also ominously warned that there's more inflationary pressure coming. How much more can we possibly take? And their view, Unilever, their view was that we know for sure there's more inflationary pressure coming through our input cost. As food prices continue to rise, these big companies are going to look for ways to reduce input cost. One way that they are going to do that is by starting to put crushed bugs in our food. I've talked about this many times. Sometimes I try to lighten the mood by joking around about it, but it's literally no joke. Okay? I know this all sounds bizarre, but it's already happening in Europe. Okay? As of just the other day, a food additive made of powdered crickets began appearing in food, from pizza to pasta to cereals. I'm not kidding. There's a process called defatting. Okay, defatting house crickets are on the menu for Europeans across the continent, without the vast majority of them even knowing that it's in their food. So you might want to start reading your labels a lot more carefully from now on. Of course, it isn't just the cost of food that has become extremely oppressive. Oh no, just about everything has gotten more expensive, and this has broken the remaining strength of the U.S. consumer. If for any reason you doubt any of this, just consider some of the latest economic numbers that we have seen. Okay, U.S. retail sales, they have fell once again just last month. Sales of existing homes have now fallen for 11 months in a row. Okay, U.S. consumers are being stretched financially like never before, and many are turning to debt to help them maintain their current lifestyle. As a result, the saving rate has literally plunged to a historic low. How many of you actually have savings accounts anymore? Have you gone through your savings just to survive? Okay. These are the things that I want you to consider, because this is reality. This is actually happening. Credit card debt has surged to record highs, and the average rate of interest on a credit card balance has also risen to record highs. This is nothing short of catastrophic. And people are literally maxing out their credit cards just to put food on the table. Okay, for a long time, I have been talking about this that the very, very foolish economic policies that our leaders are implementing would have deep, tragic consequences. And now it's starting to happen right in front of everyone's eyes. Sadly, the truth is that it is just the beginning. We haven't seen anything yet. The entire system is cracking, it's crumbling like little cookie crumbles all around us. And there is so much more to come. And it's literally, it's going to feel like a punch in the mouth. Sadly. It stinks, but it's the truth. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I'll see you in the next one, okay? You stay safe. You stay positive. You keep prepping. And as always, fearless.